Welcome to another workout watch and talk video. There will be another hip adduction exercise in this video, so take your guesses now on what you think it'll be. So yeah, here we are at the hip adduction machine. Don't skip this machine, your inner thighs. You need to have big inner thighs. I mean, if if the person that you're in partnership with has bigger legs than you do, that's kind of a problem. So definitely you want to have bigger legs than that person, so be sure to not skip these. Yeah, like be sure to also, don't just go until you can't do full range. Be sure to work in some of those partials at the end, squeeze it out. All right, next we got the cable overhead triceps. So we'll start this one off. I did one rep and then I was like, cable's too high. I switched these off between lateral raises, so that might have been why. Just want to make sure you can get that full elbow bend in every rep. Getting the full extension, not important. I like to keep my elbows like a bit to the side. Like I want to have full shoulder flexion over my head. It's not necessary, really, as long as your shoulders or your elbows are pretty much above your ears. I would probably say I think you're good in terms of getting the amount of stretch on the long head of the tricep that you need. Yeah, so shoulder flexion is important, but don't overdo it if it's gonna hurt, right? There's no point because the main point of the movement is the elbow flexion. Yeah, like there you go. All right, we're moving on. Cable lateral raises, uh, and yeah, I like to cheat like the first couple of reps to really like sort of grease it, kind of like I'm like getting into like a squat and like moving my hips around a bit. I like to like get to full range and then kind of like get to the right motion. So yeah, once we're there, once I know I'm in a good spot, I can start to do these like really stretch focused lat raises. There's no point like going to the full range because I'm like really working behind my back. Um, you for these you really want to try like as hard as you can with like every rep, but only cheat once you need to. And once it's mostly cheat, like once you know you're mostly cheating on the movement, it's over. Just pretty much just move on unless like you really think you're getting good stimulus. Okay, let's move on. So if you guessed that the hip adduction exercise would be a glute focused leg press, then ding ding ding, you're the winner. Probably wasn't a I wouldn't say it was obvious, but I'd say it was a pretty good guess to go for. So yeah, these things they do like really like get my adductors going. Like I work adductors the next day, but even that I'm already kind of sore. Really just getting the full range, putting my knees out of the way of my abs. Don't want that to get out of the way. Don't want my knees to hit my pecs or anything like that. I have like somewhat long legs, so getting full range of motion on these isn't totally possible due to the safety mechanics, which may or may not be a good thing. Don't want this thing to pin me. It has I haven't failed a rep yet in the current progression I'm going for. Gotten close, but like there's no point failing a rep when you're already like you're taxed and your cardio it's already become a cardio exercise. All right, so let's talk now about these decline barbell ab crunches. Now, with these, I'm gonna show 2 sets, and just to show that you really want to focus on the ab flexion here. You don't want to like do too much movement of the hips. Like I'm like for these, I try to keep my butt as much on the pad as I can. Don't take it off at all. Really just focus on getting the back and the spine flexed. I don't. That's why this is why I don't do like cable crunches because I feel like it's much harder with the cable crunch to keep your hips from taking over and flexing when you're in where you're in free space. But so with these decline ones, I do feel like my abs get a good get a good grip and get a good stimulus. So I always do these at the end of the workout though because like I'm usually way too gassed after them to be really effective on anything. Um, Even though it wasn't too many reps, they're just hard. Like a lot, it's a lot of movement for just kind of a small muscle group like the abs to do. Okay, let's see. It can't be a good workout watch and talk without some forearm movement. So now we're doing the barbell wrist flexion. I like to put my head down keep my eyes closed. I do this in like a lot of lifts because sometimes you're moving your head in a lift and you want to get you don't want to get dizzy. I wouldn't do this for squats or anything like super heavy, like a barbell bench or anything like that. You want to really have your eyes open and be aware. But for these ones where like you're just locked into the motion of it, you can focus on getting the weight up. With these ones, like once you know that you're not going to be able to do any more like wrist flexion and you're only going to be able to do finger flexion, that's when you should like take a break from the finger flexion, do a couple reps of just pure wrist flexion, and then end it off with finger flexes. All right, thanks for watching. Please like it if you made it to this far in the video and enjoy the sweet wrist extensors. I don't skip these. I don't do these as much as the flexors, but don't skip them. I don't want to. I like the muscles that it shows. So yeah, hit the gym, I guess, if you think it's a good idea.